I I happen to be a victim of noise pollution. I got exposed to a bad sound speaker 6 years ago at an event. I'm an event planner. I plan events, and this fateful day on this particular job, a guest was actually sitting in front of the sound speaker, and I think the sound wasn't palatable for him. He beckoned on one of the ushers that you have to tell the DJ to reduce this noise. But the DJ didn't really reply them, and like, okay, who is the event planner on this job? Can I see her? Okay, I was called. I came on board and I was talking to the DJ and the guest that, okay, what is happening? This man is complaining. I was standing in front of the speaker, and in the process of dialoguing on the issue, I just had that sound. It was very sharp, not pleasing to the very, when you had a very loud voice, and I just had it, and I was like, wow, I felt the pains that, sorry, is this what this man is complaining about? If you don't stop, if you don't put off the speaker, we won't allow you to play here. Of course, I'm the event planner, I have the right to do that. We won't allow you to play anything here today again. And like, okay, no problem, I'll put it off. And we just went. But all through the event, I was still hearing the sound. Well, I was used to hearing the sound, and days after the event, I was still hearing the music of the event. And like 5 days after, it faded off. I never knew it was an emergency. I never knew at that particular minute I'm supposed to visit my ENT doctor the following day. But when it faded off, I'd lost my right hearing. I didn't know. So I was only hearing with the left ear. And I was just in denial of that maybe something is wrong. Maybe it's blocked. I use cotton bud, cleaned very well and for months till it got to a year, and until when people start calling my attention. I've been talking, you're sitting here, I've been talking to you, you're not listening. Oh, sorry, I'll not turn. Hearing with the left ear. Like, okay, what are you saying? When I want to receive call, I put it on like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the phone is bad. Put it on the left ear. So that was how I was playing at least the first 1 year until when it was going to like 2 years. Okay. In the process, before immediately, someone said, you have to see an ENT doctor, you need to get an hearing aid. How much do they sell hearing aids? They're 350. I'm so sorry, I don't have that kind of budget for now. I ignored it. So I went for a conference. In Dubai almost like 2 years after the incident. At that time, it was worse. It was a gradual process. It was going worse. So when I went for a conference, I just planned, okay, let me see an ENT doctor and actually ask what exactly is happening. I went for it, and I was directed to the lab to go and do audiologist test, and I went there, and that was when I got the shocking news that I'm partially deaf, that I have profound deafness in my right ear, and I have severe deafness in my left ear. Severe deafness means that I have just like 30% hearing capacity in my right ear, and like my left ear. For the right, it's zero, nothing. And I was like, okay, what's the solution? Like, the only thing is actually surgery. But once this one is still working a bit, that I can get an hearing aid to work with it. I got one. But by the time I got back to Nigeria, the hearing aid wasn't really helping. I had to start spending money on hearing aids, and I spent almost close to like 2 million to get hearing aid, which became like any businesswoman would call it a devourer. I had to start advancing. You buy this type, you buy that type, you buy this one. But eventually, none of them worked. Just like a month after I got back from Dubai, I lost it finally. Both went deaf. This also went to profound deafness. So it's, at the end of the day, both ears. The next test I did was in one of the hospitals around the side, and they told me I have profound deafness in both ears. So the only solution is actually hearing it. At this time, when you're talking to me, I read your lips. So it's still an assumption that I'm hearing you because I can read you. I still hear sound, but no words. And that was me for years. I lost it totally just because of the incident. So that's the story about how the exposure and how I lost it. So I had to live years in depression, isolation. Now all I need is to do surgery that I can't even afford. That's for my children. Okay, my last baby, I think during the incident, I just had my baby, she was a year then. She's 7 now. I just had my baby. After my surgery, before I could hear her voice for the first time. But for the elderly ones, I have 3 children. I have 13, I have 7, and I have 10. Okay, so but what they do is when they want to talk to me, when anyone wants to talk to me, you have to say it one by one, like, mommy, I want to eat, so that I can identify the lips with what you're saying. And if they need to pass any urgent message, they write it down. For my husband, we actually do more of WhatsApp chats. Even when we're sitting like this and you need to pass any urgent message, you just okay, we are sitting down, we are chatting, but short message. Okay, I'm going to this. So most times I was like, I didn't know you went to this, but I was telling you when I was going now. So communication was a problem. And you know, in the process of reading lips, it's a lot of headache, because your brain, everything about you, your eyes, your brain, your memory, thinking faculty, everything that has to do with reasoning with words is actually working. So it's a lot of pressure for me to even listen to people. So I had to start running away from people because I couldn't even tell anyone that this is what is happening, except my close staffs, friends, relatives. Those are the people that know that I think Kemi had a problem. She's having a problem with her hearing and everything. But strangers, when I go for meetings like this, I go with like 2 of my staffs. So they are the one that listen on my behalf. I'll just be smiling at you and you wouldn't even know that I wasn't hearing you. If there's any urgent thing they need me to answer, probably you're asking me something, my staff will just quickly send me WhatsApp message. So when I'm talking to you, I'm looking at my phone. And that's the way. And if you really don't need my response, if there's anyone they can reply, you know, as event planner, it's always the teamwork and everything. They reply on my behalf, or we just have to, after the meeting, they will now give me a report, the write-up of what the meeting was all about. Like, she was asking you this, oh, I didn't know, like that. But I try as much as possible to prevent attending meetings. I can't pick calls, no privacy. Everyone around me picks my call for me, and we just have to start telling lies like, she's in a meeting, can you please drop a message? Or you just pretend I'm the one talking. So as you're receiving the call on my behalf, that's a female voice, you're writing it down, and I'm telling you the reply to give the person. So the acting was interesting. I saw it as, firstly, I looked at it that I didn't believe that it's over just like that. I wasn't born deaf. And I didn't see myself as a deaf person. So why should I share the story? I had always had this impression that one day, whatever is blocking my hair will come out. And it will be over. So I'm waiting for that day of testimony before announcing to the whole world that this was actually what was happening. I lost a lot of people. I lost a lot of friends, because situations where your friends or probably your seniors in the industry calls you and somebody picks up and it's Kemi I want to talk to now. She thought that, you see now, Kemi is not a big girl. PAs pick calls for her. She does not pick her calls. And you know, when you talk to client and client say, oh, sorry ma, can we do WhatsApp chats? Like, excuse me. So I lost clients, I lost friends, I lost relationship. I went fully into isolation. I don't go out. So, but I saw it, the second part of it is that I saw it as a shame. I saw it as a shame that in Nigeria, we really don't have rooms for handicaps. When you just tell them this is your problem, they sideline you and move on. It happened to me like 2 incidents that I can remember, though my staff said a lot of them, but they couldn't tell me. You know, it's just like you got to this point, she's not hearing you. Let's focus on what we are doing. So when I tell you, I become your self-pity kind of person. And I know I've always been an active person. Started working since I was 19. Went into business since I was 19 years old. I have never been a dependent person all my life. So now I can't imagine myself as an element of self-pity. So I decided to keep it to myself. I don't tell anybody. When I get disgraced, I rather go into my room and cry, shed tears. I was depressed to an extent of committing suicide. I almost did. I remember that fateful night. My husband was actually in the room, and my children were also in their room, and I was in the parlor watching TV. And at a particular stage, I just looked at it that I've been in this place for long. Nobody could talk to me. I got tired of listening because it gives me headache. They got tired of doing one talking. Of course, I'm not deaf, so I don't want signs. And I couldn't chat, so I was just on my own, no subtitle on TV, nothing. So just watching, and I just look at what's the essence of this life. I think it's not worth it. I just have to keep to myself, or I don't have secret, I don't have anything. Now people don't even want to deal with me. My job, my company is already going bankruptcy because we couldn't meet up to. My industry is actually an industry that had to, based on relationship and you yourself. So I just looked at it. I'm just tired of everything. And looking right by my dining table, I just saw sniper. And I think that's the solution. Take this and hand it up. And I stood up. I was just walking to it as I was about to grab it, and something just said, imagine those children, they're going to suffer. What's the essence? Why do you want to kill yourself? This was just March last year, 2018. Why do you want to kill yourself? You kill it and you hand it. So what's the essence? And immediately those words just came to my memory. It was like something was unveiled. I just came back to my senses. I just drove it and I ran back to the room. I went to meet them. Okay, let me just be looking at them and smiling. I don't have to hear them. And that was the ever since then, but that was March, and we started the motion to my surgery in April. So if we have to go biblically about that, like at the edge of your giving up, at the edge of the change of story, as in getting to the end of the tunnel, I almost gave up. But thank God for God, I did not. In the process of the whole problem, my concerned friends actually suggested fundraising. Like I said earlier on, I've never been dependent all my life. I'd always worked to make money. I hate to beg for money. I hate to ask people for money. So I'd rather you give me a job to do than give me money So that has been my philosophy right from day one. So now I needed 7 million. Okay, Lagos State said the surgery, lawsuit or whatever, said the surgery, they were going to do it for 7 million. Trying to check abroad, okay, if I have to go and do it in India with the flight, with every logistics, was going to cost me $30,000. Okay, I didn't even check US because mostly you don't have their prices online. They just give you an idea. But I was able to reach like 1 or 2 doctors in hospitals in India, and they gave me a direct quote, and averagely with $30,000 I'll do it in India. So looking at that kind of money at that stage of my business is not something I can afford. And my friends suggested fundraising. I said, I can't stand that shame. I can't go out and start begging people for money. What if I start and we couldn't get the money? What if something happened? And you know, the regular way Nigerian has a way of blacklisting. I don't want it. So I bluntly said I wasn't doing. That was even the first time my friend suggested it was like 2017, and I said I wasn't doing. So they keep telling me, let's try and do this, let's try and do this. I just keep saying, okay, I don't want. And immediately after the incident of the suicide stuff, I think that was more or less like giving up on myself, the me that does not want to depend on someone, that's seen the hand of the situation, that giving up at that situation. So that was the hand of me. Now I had to succumb to what they said, but I wasn't really considering it as well. 2 other people mentioned it, that Kemi, the best thing is let's do this fundraising. Friends can come together to put this money together. Let's try and work on it and everything. I told my husband, he didn't agree at first, but later on he said, well, maybe we should give it a try, because you can't continue staying like this. If it works, fine, and if it does not, we still move on. Like, oh, he brought one of his friends to talk to me, and whatever the side, there's no harm in asking for money, there's no this. Eventually I accepted that we should do the fundraising, and that was how we started. It was done on GoFund, social media, and like, no, and that was even when for like 2 weeks I was crying, because when I hear people say, hey, I don't wonder, I keep talking to her, like someone said, I just said, what rubbish, why is this girl this proud? So many people saw me as being proud, but you're greeting me and wasn't even hearing you, and you know, you just passed by, hello Kemi, and I didn't hear you, so you just assume she's just a snob. Like, so people started sharing their stories with me, how they met me, how they did. So for days I was like, oh God, so what if I had killed myself? This is how the whole public was saying, Kemi is this, Kemi is that, Kemi is like that. So I saw it as an opportunity to come back to live again, and I sincerely will forever be grateful to Nigerians, because every stranger brought their penny to make this possible. I was moved. I didn't expect it. Like I said, I have never depended on anybody. If I had ever gotten any gifts that has to do with money, I think the highest I've gotten should be like maybe 250,000 from people. I worked for everything I'd ever achieved before the fundraising. I worked for it and I got it. And now you have strangers and you have your accounts you keep getting an alert, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 to the close of 100 millions of naira. And just in 3 weeks, we were able to put together $30,000. And like, in that process, some of my doctor friends like, Kemi, you're not going to India, you're not doing it in Nigeria, you're going to the US. I'm like, okay, if you have to go to the US, what exactly does it entail? We checked online, it's going to cost $100,000, it's going to cost this, it's going to cost that. Okay, fine. Once I don't have to go and queue for visa, I already have my visa, let's try it. I went, research, tried so many hospitals, started the process from one test to another, trying to, because they are not going to take any result from anywhere. You have to go through the process all over again. So we started, but before you know it, we exhausted the $30,000, but yet we've not done the surgery. And deep down me, what will Nigerians say? She has scammed us. She didn't do the surgery. This is why I don't want to do some fundraising. This is why I don't, you understand all this kind of, I'm a deep thinker. I think deep a lot, and I like that. Okay, I came back to Nigeria after 2 months. A lot of calls, a lot of message. Kemi, what's the situation? What's the process? What is happening? Like, okay, I came back to Nigeria and I looked at it that, so what's the next thing? Now I have an invoice of the surgery of $47,000. I'd already spent $30,000. So I need $47,000 to go. And when I came back to Nigeria, I looked at it that, okay, fine, I can put my business on sale and see what I can raise, I can raise from it. So all my business is my is my love. I have 2 companies. I have a catering outfit, KRDHF services. I have an event planning company, Event Expert. So I had to do yard sales and put all that I've worked for over 10 years on sales. I had to sell that okay, let's see what we can get from it and add to what I have. So after doing that, I went back to the US to start the process again, to continue the process. In the process of doing all those medical stuffs, I wrote letters to NGOs, and so many of them replied me that they are meant for American citizens, they don't do it for strangers. I wrote to like 10 of them. In fact, that was what initially brought the idea of my NGO. We were looking for an NGO that is going to actually fight for me from Nigeria, negotiate with an NGO in the US, but we don't have any. So someone just said, it was even one of the white doctors that said, why can't you get an NGO or start an NGO, then you use it to do it? That would have been like a project of maybe like in the next 2 years. But everything as it gets prolonged, I keep looking at it that people have contributed money. It does not take any few seconds for Nigerians to bring out the result that the girl that has disappeared with all the money they contributed and everything, even without listening to the side of others. And okay, I registered the NGO in Nigeria thinking I would use that. In the process of doing that, FK, one of the NGOs, just called that their board have approved my surgery, and that was it. That was September last year, 2018, and I had my surgery October 2018. It was activated. I had the surgery October 9. The implant was activated October 18. And ever since that, now here I am today. I can hear myself. And I looked at it, I got help from everywhere. I will forever be grateful to Nigerians, and I'm going to make so many Nigerians smile as well. Yeah, when I came home in December 2018, December, and I just came home and I was like, hi, mommy. I'm like, wow. It never occurred to me that I've never heard this girl's voice. That was my very first time of hearing her voice. So I've been living in assumption. You know, I was counting all the first 2 years that I thought I was still hearing. I was not. The very first 2 years of the incident that I thought I was still hearing people, not until now. Like, oh, what you think, and that was what I said. A lot of Nigerians are actually living in the denial, thinking they are okay with their hearing system. It is not. I know now. Okay, the kind of surgery I did, it's called cochlear implants, which there's a device implanted in my head, and normally we call it I have a robot in my head, and you have a processor outside. This white part of it is actually the microphone, which picks what you say, passes it to the processor, and the processor passes it into the device inside. So the device inside had two cords that's passed to the brain that interpret it. So everything travels within less seconds for me to be able to hear myself. And so if I remove this processor now, everything goes back to the way I was before the surgery, because it works together. It can work separate. So, and that most times, if I want to feel how I was, I just do that. I remove this. I can't hear a single sound. This is the loudest of my voice. So both my voice and hair has been affected. Okay, I'm back to sound. When I removed it, everything was total silence. I didn't hear anything. I can't even hear myself. So that's the difference. And you know, for a very long time I was even imagining that I was hearing, but I was actually reading lips. So we have a lot of people like that outside, that it might not be total deafness for them, but the highest percentage of their hearing is gone already. So that's it.